we get to Kyle Massey's last question?
We keep going
what's
back?
the last
Bro,
question?
This is the last question.
I'm invested on this relationship conversation.
Or keeping people interested.
Learning a lot about myself.
They think this is
I'm buying things I didn't know about myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what he wants in a woman, not like what the fucking RPM max is or whatever the fuck that is.
Dude. Okay, so honesty, Latina or white.
Why do you say it like you don't want to talk about it?
I do. Point is taking forever.
Well,
This is like 40 minutes.
Because everyone keeps jumping in and talking.
Yeah, you keep talking about fucking questions. I want to know what kind of coochie this guy likes, and you won't let me find out. Let him talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Clip.
About powerlifting for an hour. No one's gonna
Yes, we are.
No one's gonna listen to this guy.
Powerlifting that can last an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares? It's about our guest.
I can't
If
even
it's-
last an hour talking about it.
Who doesn't
If
can
it's
talk
about
about it
women,
for an hour?
if it's about women, then it's about our guests. Women.
Women. Yes, women.
All right. Welcome to the Infinite Crisis podcast, episode 11. This is your host, Chaz Finnegan.
Come so far.
Should stop yelling. I feel like people are.
Yeah, you get it.
I just don't feel confident otherwise. I don't yell.
Tell us why you don't feel confident.
This is a safe space. Don't
I'm
worry.
getting way too emotional
Yeah,
already.
this is a therapy session.
All right. This is your host, Chaz Finnegan, and I'm with Umar, Gio, and our special guest, my roommate, the cream of the crop, best powerlifter I know, Douglas Goitia.
What's up, brother?
That's how you say it?
Special teams, special
that's how you
plays,
say it.
special players.
I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
This is
What do you
Douglas.
say?
It sounds like Goitia.
Nah.
That's not terrible.
awful.
Yeah,
No, it's better than most. Most people really just fuck it.
Yeah?
Yeah, what
So they say
Goitia.
Goiota.
What is that?
You say Goitia.
ethnic
Spaniard.
background. Okay.
Puerto Rican, yeah.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
You always go over this whenever somebody
one of
comes.
us,
What
man.
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
important to know.
Spain, Spanish, and then Puerto Rican.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Also goes by Mark. Some people know.
Mark in the streets. You already know, representing the street.
Yeah.
Why do you go by Mark?
That's my street name on my block.
Why didn't-
They never got my name right.
Oh, so they just call you Mark?
Yeah.
Oh.
So originally, I had told my neighbor that my name was Mark, and then she had called me Mark ever since.
And then everybody caught on.
So you told her your fucking name was Mark. She didn't pull out.
No,
of
I
that.
told her my name was Doug,
Oh.
and then she had like the next time she saw me thought it was Mark,
See,
and then I just ran with it. I wasn't gonna fight with them.
See, if
I
I'd never
was
dropped
new to
him
the
off
block.
at your guys' place,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have understood that, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna question what they say.
Dude, when I dropped him off, I didn't wait more than 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't wait till he got inside.
Such a pussy.
I just dropped him off and left.
Yeah.
I was like,
Car
I
was
thought
still
about-
rolling,
I
so
thought
hop
about it
out.
afterwards, and I was like, probably should have waited till he got inside.
Because you're a pussy,
I'm
dude.
sorry. No, I just don't want
You do
bullet
that
holes
for
in my
females.
car.
You don't do that for your boys.
That's probably like I call Chaz a pussy all the time, but I mean he does live in Philly.
Yeah, like, go fuck yourselves.
Like
You guys are so soft.
I mean I'm not. I work in it.
Pakistan, I don't care.
Yeah.
I did my time.
That is true. He went to
Yeah,
he
yeah,
came from
Yeah, if
Pakistan.
anyone's got it rough.
I'm just paying my dues, dog. I'm just paying my dues.
Yeah, I guess going from Cali to Philly, it is paying your dues.
Paying my
It's
dues.
a big change.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, Marcus, Douglas,
Marcus Aurelius, you could call me for the rest of this pod.
just know.
You got a meet coming up. Tell us about that.
Yes,
Stoic
I do.
Wait,
fella.
I just want to go over the story of how we met first.
Oh, God.
Here
about
we go.
you again.
Just want to
Here
clear
we
the
go.
air.
Yeah, who wants to put it on him? Because that's what it's about.
Tell
If you want to
everyone-
talk about this, you got to talk about everything else.
No.
Put him on the
Anyways,
spot.
He's nervous.
yeah, I just wanted the public to know
Yeah, here we go.
that I was in the gym one day at King of Prussia, and this man came up to me and noticed my muscles, and he
In a non-homophobic way.
homophobic.
I think
Non-homophobic.
okay. I don't think it's the right word.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Anyways,
cut
he
it.
said,
Maybe homoerotic.
"Yo, looking pretty big, bro." And anyways, our conversation really hit off, and he's now living with me. We texted. He wanted to move into my house. I let him do such a thing, and now we're best friends.
Yeah, such an honor to be in the trenches of Philadelphia with this guy.
Yeah.
This is your only roommate?
Yeah, this is my only roommate.
One and only, in the streets, representing.
Freaking the sheets.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Yeah,
Corporate talk.
Yeah.
Relax now. We'll get to that.
we'll get to that. All right, then now we could go to this.
Now we can go to this power.
Yeah,
Powerlifting
after we
nonsense.
got
So
through
you got a
that.
meet coming up.
That
How much
fucking-
longer till the meet?
So a week out now. So next Saturday I'll be competing.
How are you feeling?
Good. Tired. End of prep just finished up yesterday, so it's now just tapering into it. So good.
Did the prep go as planned?
Yeah, everything's on schedule. You know, it's kind of exciting. It's been a while since I've competed. The last meet wasn't what we expected. We kind of were expecting a little bit more. I ended up passing out on my third attempt on deadlifts. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. It was is to qualify for national, so it was like kind of do or die.
Yeah.
Things happen, but yeah, I'm definitely excited. I think I've put everything together pretty well.
Is this a national meet?
It's a state meet, so it's like right underneath the national meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will this qualify you for nationals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which meet is this for you?
This is my third or fourth meet now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Same coach, different coach?
same coach through the whole way.
Okay.
Yeah. Dak the Ripper.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been holding me true and true through it all. So
I've seen him on the gram here and
Yeah,
there
yeah.
for sure.
he's a Jersey boy. So he moved out to PA a couple months ago.
Gotcha.
So yeah. He's from out in I think like Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a little far away, but yeah, been with him since, and kind of just been riding through with it. So we'll see what we're able to put together.
Yeah, dude.
Compared to, like, obviously living with Chaz and being around it enough now, just being in the world, but how do you compare, like, your prep to bodybuilding prep? Obviously a huge contrast,
yeah.
but, like,
Completely
similarity
different.
too.
Yeah.
Way fucking easier.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
It's a different aspect. So you have to put it like this. Bodybuilding is more of a mental, like draining task for you guys. Like you guys are slowly just depleting and kind of draining your body. Whereas like, it's just like physically demanding. Like you're squatting over 500-600 pounds every week consistently 4 or 5 weeks as you go into the meet before you start tapering. So like your CNS is shot. Like I feel like I got hit by a truck yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's just like one of those things where it's like you're still able to eat. So like you guys are like depleted and working out. So it's like you're running on fumes, whereas like my CNS is just shot. So it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
But all in all, like bodybuilding prep is way harder because it's like a longer wait out kind of situation. It's from what it seems like watching Chaz eat fucking chicken and asparagus every day for 4 meals as he's in prep.
How does your prep change from, like, when you start out? Let's say, I don't know how far you guys typically start out. Is it a certain amount of time?
So for my prep was 14 weeks.
Okay.
So
amount of time.
It takes a while. It's kind of just like building the fundamentals of like everything. Like you're just slowly building up, seeing where you are. Like as you start in the prep, kind of see where your numbers are, and then from there you kind of just like adjust, try different variations to kind of get the muscles and like figure out where your weak points are. Like for bench press, like at the bottom of the bench press is like everyone's weakest point because you have to obviously leave it there for a second or two before you get the command. So you have to think like, all right, what's the best variation that I could do to strengthen that part of the body? So is it pause bench, tempo bench, kind of working on that eccentric movement? So stuff like that. And then as you just go through, it's kind of just the variations. And then once you get closer, you kind of just build up as we're doing in this meet. And then we're going to just taper off this last week, kind of take it a little lighter, just work on execution, and then step on the platform.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah, so 14 weeks total. It goes in blocks? Is that how it
Yeah.
works? Right?
So for me, the average powerlifting thing goes from 3 to 5 weeks a block, depending on the lifter and their situation.
Right. And you like kind of, you go up, weight.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of you go up, and then you taper off after the beginning of the next block, just so your CNS system has time to recover.
And is it generally like all this like coach to coach or whatever, method to method? It's all generally kind of the same.
Yeah. It's all kind of like the same layout. Everyone just adds their own kind of flavor to it.
When one of my exes, remember the powerlifter, same thing. It was blocks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Same thing. She had like blocks when she got ready for her preps and stuff. And I was like,
What was her name?
Let's talk about it.
Just I remember a powerlifter in the story.
it was before your time, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before
your
you,
time.
dude. Yeah. I mean, it seems hard as hell, dude. I've seen you.
Is it now? Are you from Philly always?
No, so originally I'm from the middle of nowhere. Yeah. All right.
You say Ecuador?
Relax. We're both from the same island. We're both from the same island.
All
But originally I'm from the Poconos, if you know where that is.
Yeah,
Middle
I
of
mean, it's not
nowhere.
that far.
Yeah. Well, it's the sticks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 2 hours away, so it's not that far. But
Is the powerlifting world? I'm assuming it is because every industry has its own. Does it have its own like clickiness and drama the same way?
Yes.
that-
Yes.
You go to power.
yes.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna speak too much on the
You gotta say
powerlifting
names,
community
but you can
itself,
say
but
names.
yeah. In
It's a safe
in the
space.
powerlifting
names.
community, there is definitely a lot of clicks.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I feel like everywhere you go, any like business, fitness, there's
Oh, it's
always
always
like
that.
yeah, everyone's gonna have clicks, but
Yeah, but what the fuck's the click? It's like, oh, that guy pulls sumo. It's
Well,
good.
yeah.
we pull
Yeah,
conventional.
basically.
yeah,
Is that what it is?
it's like stuff. It's like little
No, it's
things.
just
It's
like,
like,
probably.
someone lifts more than the other person. It's like, oh, like we can't be friends because he says this, and this. At the end of the day, like we're all doing the same thing. Like we all should be supporting each
you're
other.
all doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
Like it's just a difference in weight and like the ability. Like everyone's obviously not capable of doing certain things, but I feel like a lot of people knock people off their pedestals even though they're trying the best that they can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For everyone's situation, like if some kid's lifting like 155 pounds on bench, people sit there and like trash them because they're taking up the rack.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like you have to understand like you were in his shoes at one point. Like give him a chance, help him out instead of saying like this kid's taking up space. You know, I feel like
right.
They think that they get
Yeah,
right
they
to
get
the
privilege, like,
equipment
oh,
because they're stronger.
I lift 500 pounds and I'm so strong.
That's
I'm
so
like,
gay, dude.
I get
oh
it.
My
Like,
God, are you kidding me? It's
everyone's
such a
got
weird
time,
way
but
to
at the end of
be.
the day, like you just need to be like, hey, like when people want to work in with you,
Yeah.
like I don't know how it is on the bodybuilding side, but like powerlifters, like if you have to use like a combo rack to squat,
Yeah,
like
right.
if someone's using it and it's like, hey, can I work in? People will be like, oh no, like I have like 3 or 4 more sets, and they'll be there for like 40 minutes. And it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's
Power
not
that
everyone
is,
has all
tough.
day. Like
Yeah.
just be generous and say, hey, like while I'm resting, I'll throw my plates on.
that is different. Yeah.
I'll be done, and by the time you're ready for your next set,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It'll be
really.
all set up.
Bodybuilding. I mean, there's not really anything like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you got people who like there's cliques and like you just these
Yeah.
dumbass teams and shit and coaches like that. But I mean,
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like pretty similar because there's coaches and everything that kind of forms cliques. Also, like the whole genetics, like saying if
Genetics
someone
does-
doesn't
yeah.
have
Yeah,
genetics,
obviously, some
someone
guy
does.
who's like fucking 300 pounds is gonna bench more than the guy. Who's
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also weight
180.
class
Yeah, you know what I'm
dependent.
saying?
Yeah, right.
So it
And then
depends.
like enhanced versus unenhanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is like the superstars of the powerlifting world? Like who are your Bumsteads?
layer wheels.
Your
Bumstead, so
Yeah,
Austin
right.
Perkins, Russell Orhe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Russ.
Russ.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
Russ Swole, yeah,
Dude, I
yeah.
met him at the Oral. He's so
yeah,
cool.
he's a
He's a little
condensed.
freak.
Yeah, he's a little bulldog.
Dude.
He's
Wait, really quick. Did his gym shut down?
I didn't know he had
he
a
did,
gym.
he did shut it down.
did
yeah,
shut
it
yeah.
down?
Yeah.
He shut it down.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
It was his landlord. It wasn't because the actual
Yeah,
gym.
it was
Oh.
stuff like that. Yeah, so he closed it down. He doesn't know if he's gonna open up a new one, but
Yeah.
it'd be cool. I never got to visit,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
sick.
He's like one of the OG athletes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Athletes,
Is he?
guys. Yeah,
That's a good
dude.
pick.
He was one of the OGs, man. When he just started, Russell was one of them. And the black guy.
Yeah, definitely.
And the guy, and the guy,
Yeah.
yeah, and the
He's
guy
from
who
the
owns
start.
Anaka was the other one. Shawley.
Yeah, right,
Charlie,
right.
yeah.
Shawley and Russ were like the OG.
He's a marathon
athlete
runner
guys.
now, right?
Who?
Oh, for real?
What Charlie?
Yeah. You got
Marathon
that build, so it makes
and,
sense.
what is it? The Hydrox now? That's the new thing up and coming.
I don't
What?
know.
It's like the
actually.
hybrid.
Oh my
Oh,
god, dude!
it's
This
like-
is
it's
called
like,
the hybrid athletes.
No,
yeah.
no, it's,
Gio hates
it's
that
called
word.
Hydrox or whatever. It's like a new
It's
competition.
cut?
No, it's like Hydrox.
Hydrox?
I
Well,
think,
it's just
I
the only
think
thing I
that's what
know.
it's
But
called.
what is it?
It's like it's almost like CrossFit.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of different like
Events?
yeah, it's like 800 meter run, like
It's
80
CrossFit.
meters burpees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
basically
they
CrossFit.
just put all the worst stuff and meshed it together.
yeah, they just called it something cooler.
Yeah,
That's so
the problem
funny.
is that they don't want to compete against the actual CrossFit athletes because they'll get their asses whooped.
Yeah, bro. Crossleets.
Those
are crazy.
CrossFit people are fucking crazy.
The girls
bro.
are nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
They're on a different level.
Dude, they pop up on my feed all the time.
CrossFit chicks?
Like the fucking abs are crazy.
Is that how they?
Is that how they look to you?
Yeah, dude, they look
Walk like
scary.
a
but-
They
bulldog.
look scary.
but it's
Yeah.
dope. They look ripped.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, so you pull a sumo.
Yes. All right. Let's get this out of the
Let's
way.
talk
Go
about
ahead.
numbers.
Get
Let's
out
talk
all
about-
your comments out.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to know
What
what
do
it's like being gay.
dude. It's all right. You know, if
Why?
you're
What
able
do
to
you
pull,
have against sumo?
It's gay.
That's it. That's all you
I
got.
used to
how,
do-
how much
I
can
started
you,
with
how,
sumo.
how much can you pull?
I don't know. I'm deadlift.
All right. So
Exactly. He's broken. Don't
I'm
even
not.
talk to
I'm
him.
not a powerlifter.
Dude doesn't even
yeah, I know,
squat.
but
I do squat. I squat now because my back's better.
There we go.
I mean,
Send me a video next time. You never send me a video.
What are your openers
I
going
don't
to be?
take videos.
It's a
I'm
good
straight.
question. We haven't figured that out yet.
No?
So we'll leave that disclosed for the public.
In a perfect world, in your own head, like without anything going
600.
good or bad or whatever, if there's numbers that you would like as an opener, what would you say?
So ballpark, I'll give you guys a ballpark. So squat, we'll say 562 to 584.
Okay.
Bench, 331 to 347. And then pulls 600, 628.
Yeah.
Those are openers.
Are you a hook gripper?
Nah, mixed grip.
Mixed grip?
Yeah.
And
That
then
hook grip got baby hands, man.
are you
Yeah.
what's it called? Are you a low bar squat?
Corporate hands.
Low bar squatter or high bar squatter?
low bar, yeah.
Low bar?
Yeah.
It's
Is
very
that-
rare you see somebody high bar squat.
I was gonna say,
No.
isn't low bar?
John
the,
Hack is the only person that I know
That's
who
a
high
freak.
bars, and he literally looks like his legs are gonna fall off.
Yeah.
And he squats 900 pounds
Yeah.
close to
Oh,
it.
dude.
He's insane.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Bilbo
Hack.
Swaggins, right?
Yep.
Damn.
He
I
is a
don't know.
freak of nature.
Yeah. I mean,
think
dude
a
looks
lot of
like
those
he's
guys
pounding
are
gear
freaks of
too,
it.
but like
Yeah. Now he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was also the best like pound for pound guy for a while.
yeah, he was insane. He just rips straight off the floor. And it looks like he's not going to get it at first, and then you're just like, wow,
Yeah,
he
no.
just makes it look like it's a joke.
You skinny dude?
No, he's
No.
yoked.
He's
I mean, this is one of the things about like powerlifting that I think is sick because like you're actually competing. So,
Yeah.
Like, the adrenaline
That's
of like
pretty cool.
pulling something and knowing that could get you a dub is fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Have you guys been to a powerlifting meet?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been to a
Oh,
couple.
you have.
I actually saw.
I went
don't
to
know if you
the-
saw Kyle
the,
Curve.
I haven't. No.
He's one of the dudes from
You-
South Jersey.
you know.
who he is. He lives at Attilas.
Oh, I think I know.
He's the one
who
who
you're
just
talking
moves
about.
800-900 pounds.
Yes.
He did a
okay.
meet at
Yeah.
Attilas a couple, like maybe a month or two ago.
I think I
And
saw a
basically-
clip of it.
He went 9 for 9. Every lift was a state record.
I did see
And-
that. Yes.
I think he was the 7th or 8th person in history to total what he did at his weight class.
Yeah.
And this was 8 months after breaking his foot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was injured for a little
Yeah.
bit.
It was crazy. Like that. The hype was like
Probably not.
insane.
So I'm
Like,
saying like you're not getting that at like a bodybuilding
Well, yeah. Everyone's
show.
Yeah,
different.
dude.
It's different.
Never.
Like when I went to your bodybuilding meet, it's like a completely different world.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
we also could straight up just die.
Yeah.
Like realistically, like if 900 pound squat, like you could literally just die.
Yeah.
So
I went to sleep for a minute.
with the pole,
Yeah.
did
I
you
was-
they catch you?
no.
No one caught you?
Yeah. The spotter was
Dude,
giving
it
me my
sucks, man.
spotlight.
What federation is this?
Let me make some calls.
USAPL.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Put 'em
guy
on blast.
was
We're
trying
not
to give
to
me a moment.
compete.
He didn't want to get in my spotlight, and I just blew it. I sold.
Was it on video?
Yeah,
I got
can
it.
show you. Yeah,
Oh, you got
Yeah, yeah.
we'll
that's gotta
we'll
be-
clip it in
post,
right
yeah.
here.
I
We'll
know,
clip it
I
right
wish-
there.
Wish I had
Yeah,
the
I can't. I
laptop.
remember you showed me that. That was insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will say like that is like that competitiveness like of like being in control of winning. Like when I
Yeah.
played baseball and basketball and stuff, like dude, it
Oh,
felt,
it's in your hands.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
adrenaline
dude,
was
that's
great.
probably awesome.
I'd say so. That brings a question to me. I guess like, how do you guys feel going from like playing sports growing up to being like a bodybuilder, and
It sucks.
it's kind of like up. It's like up for subjection. Like there's not really like a straight winner.
I think
Whereas,
it's
like-
people just finding another outlet, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't know if like bodybuilding like replaces that to a certain extent. Obviously, I personally don't think it would.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Just because other sports are so vastly different.
Yeah.
It does like fulfill a certain other aspect of it, but I also just think it pulls away from every aspect of your life.
Yeah,
So like where other sports like you give that dedication and like, and they're more individual. They're not as they're not as individual dependent, especially if you played a team sport.
yeah.
That's the other part of it that I don't think is in bodybuilding at all.
Yeah, unless you're like golfing or playing tennis or something like that. But
Yeah, but there's such a community aspect to team sports that I think bodybuilding is like, it's not even the same realm. It's just on the complete opposite side of the
Yeah, it
spectrum of it. So it's
Yeah.
so hard.
People try to make it a team sport.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
weird.
fucking weird.
yeah,
but,
then it gets weird. It's just like
yeah.
it's
I
not
was
a
like, how
team
does it
sport.
feel when you're on stage though? And it's like, oh, like you've done everything you can. Like you think you like everyone thinks you should have won, and then the judges choose the guy next to you
fucking.
because
play-
it is all
'Cause
up
then
to like
everyone
it's
was
all
just lying to
subjective.
you.
Listen, man, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Usually, I'd say 99% of the time, and I don't compete. But like based off like shows I've been to and everything, it's like the judges are almost always right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if your friends and family are just saying, "Oh, you should have had
Yeah,
it," or
yeah,
after the
I know
judges
that, but,
don't
like,
give it to you,
is
it's
it-
like, bro, they're just
It's so I would say like at the local level, it's very more susceptible to be skewed because
Yeah, which makes
at the
sense.
local level, like
The judges
some,
aren't as
some judges
qualified.
want crazy conditioning and some judges want more full. So then that's where. But like as you get like when you go to like nationals and you go to like the IFBB, like it's very much more consistent in terms of like who should have won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at the local level, I think it's much more like people are much more susceptible to be like, you should have won, or why didn't I place higher? And,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So what are you guys' thoughts on the recent Olympia then? Or
Last one?
what was the most recent? Was it the Arnold? Or was
Arnold,
that-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Arnold was pretty,
Accurate.
yeah,
it was
pretty accurate.
Okay.
It was pretty obvious.
I
who
think
the winner was.
Hadi like literally has the craziest physique on the planet
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, it was pretty
'Cause
obvious.
I know he was going back and forth with the other guy, and there was
As-
some talk about that.
Olympia, there was some controversy.
Yeah. I think if Hadi looks the way that he does for the Arnold this year, he'll win the Olympia.
Yeah,
again.
100%.
It's his show to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
realistically.
I also think his back's gonna come in harder at
Oh
the
yeah,
Olympia
dude.
for
I mean,
sure.
just
If he-
comparing,
yeah.
we all know that if you
because
brought
he has
the
the,
Arnold,
he's gonna hold that muscle for a whole fucking year.
yeah, dude.
Well,
Like,
he just put on new muscle, so it's going to
That's
take
what
him
I'm
a
saying,
second
yeah.
to mature. And by the
Yeah.
time he gets there,
Yeah.
if his back comes up like in terms of like hardness by this year,
That's what I'm saying.
he'll be like, it'll be scary.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go to the Olympia this year. Well, also because of both Nick and Justin, but
Yeah, I feel like who doesn't want to go,
Yeah.
especially in your run, like your sport.
Yeah, dude.
it's just I want to see it in person once. Because with bodybuilding, everyone always says, I know powerlifting is you can watch videos and you're just like, holy crap, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I've watched
Yeah.
guys squat from like back in the day, like
Yeah.
900 pounds, 1,000 pounds, and you're like, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
And obviously, the energy's different. But with bodybuilding, if you see like seeing that stuff in person, it's just your jaw drops because you're like, this. I didn't think it was possible humanly to.
To
Yeah.
be like that big, that pretty, like the muscles
That
look
pretty.
like that.
What do you mean by that?
No,
Is there something you want to share with
in
us, Chaz?
bodybuilding,
It's
people
a safe space.
God, in bodybuilding, people say that a lot, like a pretty physique. Because obviously there's, dude, you know what I'm talking about too. Don't like pretend like I'm gay.
I'm pretty all the time.
Don't pretend like I'm gay, all right? You really call me pretty. Stop.
Delete this.
Anyways, yeah, people like is like Nick Walker, who
Yeah.
was like just rough, fucking mutant, nasty, like
It's weird. His
Huge.
physique, there's parts of it that he's like streamlined and cleaned up too in a lot of ways. So like it's like sometimes you're like it's getting prettier, but then he'll post a picture and you're like, holy
yeah,
shit, like this is a
wow,
freak. Like it is crazy. And that's
wowzers.
I think that's a cool fact. I don't think a lot of other I don't know about you guys, but a lot of other bodybuilders don't do that for me.
Like what?
Turn you on.
Have like oh my god. Like such a crazy freak factor.
Yeah, right. No, I
What do you
agree.
mean? I think Tonio's a total freak.
Yeah,
That dude's
I
rounder
also
than
just haven't
round.
I haven't seen him in person. That's the other factor, so I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
his
Tonio?
muscle. Yeah, his muscle bellies are nuts.
Yeah, dude, that would be crazy in person.
But I
Yeah.
saw so when I saw Samson at the what show was it? That was North Jersey when he was here last time.
Oh,
What it was.
Easterns
Yeah, it may have been, but he looked
When was that?
insane with clothes
last
on.
year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm telling you, when
But
I was
he
at
was on stage, it didn't really do it for me.
really Samson,
Yeah,
really,
personally.
dude, I just thought, dude, he looked huge, dude.
Yeah,
and
he
I was
was
like
massive.
super far away.
And people
But,
say
like,
he's the closest thing
Him
to Ronnie.
compared to like
Yeah.
Nick, he's just like just a big. He's just tall,
Even that dude
takes up
Crizzo.
so much space.
Yeah,
That dude Crizzo's huge, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Crazy arms.
yeah, that'd be that would be insane to see in person.
How do
Nick's
you
pretty
view
crazy.
bodybuilding from the outside?
I think it's a crazy sport. My uncle did it back in the day, so like I had a little bit of like I've seen like pictures of it like growing up. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, but like
And he took steroids like a real man.
yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
gotta do.
He did.
Chaz
He's not
on a
around
different level
anymore,
now,
but,
man. It's not
yeah.
him no more.
Don't worry, we're gonna transition the
Yeah,
conversation.
no. So
I got him. I got
Yeah,
transition right
it's
now,
coming,
dude.
yeah, it's coming.
I'm ready. I got it in
nah.
the bag.
bodybuilding is definitely it's a crazy sport. Like when I moved in with him, he was like halfway through his prep, so he was like diced, and I was like, yeah, bro. I walked in, I was like, man, I need to go for a walk. I was like, this guy's peeled. Yeah, I was like, I'm having one too many cookies. I was like, I finished college. I need to get my life together. But
Did you
no,
ever notice the change in his mood? Was he irritable?
nah, he's super quiet when he's
Yeah.
in prep. He doesn't like talking,
Yeah.
which is fine. I was like, do your thing, killer.
Yeah.
It looks like you're malnourished anyways.
Go
Kid in
eat
the
a bagel.
striped pajamas over here eating fucking 6 little thing of chicken, and he's like, all right, next meal's not for another 2-3 hours. Like, it's not gonna hold you, bud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely tip my hats off to bodybuilders because it seems like torture in a way, but
It is.
it's
Yeah.
you guys enjoy that, so everyone's got their kink. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate? How do you guys celebrate after meet?
It depends. I usually just go grab dinner with like my dad. Last meet I went and grabbed dinner with Chaz as well. So
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
hanging out with family and friends, kind of just soaking in the moment. I'm kind of like not there afterwards because like your body's like drained. My CNS is like shot. Like I can't feel much. So it's kind of just like
This guy said CNS so many times in this podcast.
yeah, bro.
Dude, my CNS.
Feels like you get hit by a truck.
Why don't you-
Squat 600 pounds and then you're like, all right, my body.
Do you guys do like will you do like a meet like kind of like close in space or timing, or just can you only prep and peak for one?
You could theoretically, but for me, it's just like it takes a lot, and like with the work that I do, it's kind of hard to like just like get right back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the work you do, what do you do for work,
Yeah.
Doug?
So for anyone that's watching, I am a corporate warrior.
Yeah.
I save the financial markets from
Economy's
fraud.
awful. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not a
You're
finance.
not doing a good job.
Yeah. I'm not a finance bro. No. So.
Oh, you're not that guy.
No, I'm not the
That
best.
guy who turned into like a finance advisor.
No, not the advisor. No. I protect the world from fraud. So I'm an accountant.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
The whole world is committing fraud.
Yeah, let me see
To
how
a
you
degree.
do your own. How do you do your own taxes? Let me see that.
I don't do my own taxes. I don't do that.
How much shit did you itemize?
IRS
I took the
store.
standard. It was way easier. Didn't have enough to write off. So
You're how old?
25.
Nice. Are you dating?
Not yet. No. Single and ready to mingle. You know.
What do you mean not yet? Are you saving yourself? Like, what do you mean?
No, I'm not saving myself.
Like, what do you,
But
I mean, you're trying and it's nothing's working.
no,
right?
no. The market that we're in, it's not easy. Let
Tell
me
us
tell you.
more about this market.
Yeah, what's the market of women now like a day?
You said 24.
No, he's
25.
25.
25.
Clearly a great listener. That's why
Yeah,
he's still single.
yeah. He's trying. But
I'm trying to figure out how to transition the conversation more and more.
yeah, no. So, it's all right. I feel like it's just like a lot of people are just kind of doing their own thing. Like a lot of people don't want that like that settled down. A lot of people are just like go, kind of just like enjoying the moment, which is fine. But like people are enjoying it, and then like they get older and they kind of want to like go back to like, oh, I want to like settle down now, and it's kind of like you've kind of like passed that like time
Yeah, you've been
slot.
ran through, dude. Ship has
Well,
sailed.
that's aggressive. But you know,
Ship has sailed, honey.
yeah, you can't be like running around doing what you want and then expect people to kind of take. But like I feel like it's just everyone as a whole in our generation has kind of just decided that like they want to live in the moment and enjoy themselves now and kind of like
Your generation
push.
killed it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but
So, what is the ideal woman for Sir Doug?
for me,
Like, what do you look
If
for?
you're
Ideal
single and there's a
woman.
camera on you. and-
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
you know, obviously
let
you're
me face the camera
got
for
the
this
best
one.
you're not you're clearly, you know, you're a good looking
Look into
guy.
the camera when you say this.
Yeah, I got you, I got
Tell
you.
him
Tell
what
him.
it is that you want.
So what am I looking for? So I'm looking for somebody who's
Don't look at me. Look at the camera.
all right.
This is the next Love is Blind audition right
Yeah,
This
here.
is
right,
it,
right.
dude. I'm
This
gonna
is
get him
my
on The Bachelor.
This is my opportunity. So
Vulnerable. You gotta
I'm
say stuff
looking
like that.
for in this economy. I would just look for somebody who's honest. I feel like a lot of people are kind of just like all over the place with like everything. I feel like
Honest is baseline. Nobody
like
goes out looking for a
honestly,
liar.
like someone who's like
This is unique. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
dude,
you
you got
didn't give me a
something
chance to
else.
finish. I had to gather my thoughts.
Looking for honest, can breathe. Like, what the fuck,
Got
dog?
a nice smile. No.
what? Okay, so go. What is it that you struggle finding?
Yeah, let's
Honest
do that.
would be one of
'cause-
those.
good
Somebody
Lord.
that'll stick around long enough.
What do you think? That might be a you problem, no?
Have you been in?
Yeah, I guess
How long
we'll
was
never
your last or longest relationship?
Oof, damn. I've
6
been single
weeks.
for a while.
What's a while?
You never really had one, you said, right?
Yeah, no, I've been single for like I've been like in talking phases for a while, but I've been single for like a hot minute, like 7 years.
Oh my God!
It's just like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, unfuckable? I don't understand.
It's not that. Damn.
Jesus
Damn.
You don't got a problem with that, all right?
I throw down.
It's just like
Do you just hate women or something? What's
no,
going
He hates
on?
commitment, dog.
Oh, you
Whoa,
hate
whoa,
women.
whoa.
No,
Oh,
you
here-
can say it. This is a safe space.
No, it is a safe space.
I'm
Nah.
with you.
And it's on the
one of
internet.
You
I
know,
think
Dave,
we're all with you
It's what-
on that one.
No, it's what,
Don't give
yeah,
me that.
but yeah, don't worry. I'll pivot the conversation over to you. Yeah,
Talking about
yeah.
fucking
Don't worry. We can pivot over to you
All
guys.
right, wait. All right, so what do you
We'll
mean?
all slowly make our way over.
All right, so what do you mean by that? Like, I don't understand. Like, when you're
So,
saying like
I've been in a lot of like talking phases. So it's either one party or the other, kind of like talking. Like as we're getting ready to like go into the dating part, it kind of was just like one person lost feelings or the other one. Like I was
How many
in
times did you lose feelings?
once or twice.
How many times did they lose feelings?
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't just me. It was like a mix. But I feel like as a whole, like I was back and forth in college.
yeah.
So like some of them like we had met like back at home while I was in
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was like not ideal when you're gone 3-4 months like at college.
It's like long distance. Or in
Yeah.
college.
Basically,
Get
like
it.
a lot of it was like the distance for like most of them because like you're meeting them like at different places or like you meet them at school, you're gone for 3 months, and then they're like, oh, I'm going on vacation abroad. I'm like, must be nice. I don't have money like that.
Yeah.
And I was playing college soccer, so like priorities of like getting shit together and not having much of a life.
All right, well, you've been
outside
out of college
sports,
for a good bit. What's the fucking excuse now?
Corporate America, surviving. These streets ain't.
Well, you're
ain't
like
the
you're
nicest.
listen. You're a good looking dude.
Yeah.
You got a good job. You know, you live on your own. You're put together. Like,
I live with them.
well, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
you're not at home.
I'm
like,
not
you're
at
not
home.
like, hey,
Yeah,
mom, I'm bringing this broad
yeah.
home. You know what I mean?
You have another like bachelor roommate.
Yeah.
Good. Good. You guys just forget I edit all this. You guys forget.
We'll take it. Let's be a quick little pause.
No, but seriously, so like now as you're like older, because obviously
Yeah.
we are getting older. Like I'm 26, you're
yeah.
25.
Yeah, she was stressing about not having someone.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not true
okay.
at all. It's crazy.
What happened from last episode to this one?
But no, like so as you're older now, like
Yeah.
and, you know, you're getting settled in your career and stuff. Dating's a little different now because obviously everyone should be
Yeah.
settling in a career and
There's a big shift, and I feel like that's where I've found, like, I've talked to women that are younger, women that are older.
What do you like more?
Oh, it's tough, honestly. I feel like it depends on the card. Like, I've talked to girls who are
I think
old.
older, man.
I feel like older girls usually have their stuff in place, but I feel like there's always something, like, I was talking.
There's variables.
Yeah, there's some variables, and it's like, oh, like, I've talked to older girls, and it's like, you hear stuff, and it's like,
You ever just meet an older girl and she's like too ready, and you're like, oh, I'm not there.
yeah,
yet.
no,
Like,
I've
that's
definitely
like
been
one
in
of
that
the biggest
situation.
things.
Yeah, where you're like, she's like, oh, like, I'm ready, like, you're like, ah.
You're like ready next month.
Yeah, and
Well,
I'm like,
the
clock
to be
is
fair,
ticking.
yeah,
Which is fair.
yeah, to be
Like,
fair,
there's
they got
nothing wrong
that.
with
They
that.
got that clock too. So like, I
which
get
makes
it.
sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I'm just starting my career, so it's more of just like I'm trying to get myself together before I kind of like
Commit.
basically put food on the table for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, like we're men, we're supposed to be providers, so you kind of you don't want to go in like
So I'm fucking talking
like,
about,
yeah,
baby.
I'm not gonna show up and be like, oh, let's go to McDonald's and get a McChicken. Like
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
gonna
talking
be a
about.
broke boy, you know. If I'm gonna date somebody, like it's gonna be real, it's gonna be genuine. Like I'm gonna take you out, we're gonna wine and dine.
Do you feel
you know
that?
that's like toxic masculinity nowadays?
Nowadays, but
Accept
yeah,
it.
that's the
Accept
generation. Yeah, no, I'm embracing it. Like at the end of the day, like a man is a provider. There's nothing wrong with that. Like a woman has her place too. Like
I'm talking about.
there's always like a balance, basically. Especially
Yeah,
nowadays,
of
like
course.
it doesn't have to be like a one-sided affair. Like if she wants to chip in as like you guys are dating for like a long period of time, by all means, like buy a lunch. It's not that big a deal. But at the end of the day, like a man is supposed to be like putting out like.
I think that's like a cultural thing, like growing up Hispanic. Like
Yeah,
seeing the-
definitely going out like a household that I grew out of, especially you two. It's one of those things where it's like you're just like born to like manners is like the number one thing. Like
you
when
got to be a man.
yeah,
I
like
get it.
when you go and like you go to visit family, you hug and kiss every person in the room. It doesn't matter if you know them one day or you just met them. You go and say hi like you've known them.
I thought that shit was so weird.
It
dude.
is so weird going, especially like you're kissing all these. You're like, who are these people? But there's nothing like at the end of the day, like it was a big attribute to like how I am now.
Yeah.
which is-
So would you say like you look for a more traditional type relationship to where like,
I would. Before you even answer that, do you feel like your inability to commit is because you don't feel like you can provide fully yet?
That's
I
what he
would
said, pretty
say,
much, right?
Well, that's what I'm trying to
yeah,
confirm.
I would
Yeah.
say it's definitely an attribute because like it's not cheap nowadays. Like you have to figure like how much do you guys think a date costs on average?
Dude,
right
I don't
now?
even want to talk about
Yeah,
it, man.
exactly.
Like,
Let's talk about all the recent dates.
So imagine if you're going on dates, multiple dates. Like if you're out dating, as people say, oh yeah, why don't you go on
For a guy?
Yeah, why don't you go on dates with like?
It's another mortgage payment.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, easily.
so people are like, oh, why aren't you out and about? I'm like, first off, like the world we live in is expensive as it is. Like the economy is tough.
like
Like
disgusting.
yeah, everyone's struggling as a whole, which is fine. I completely understand that. But to be going out and wine and dining these girls for $200 each
Yeah.
to go on a date,
That's on the lower side.
that's what I'm saying, and not expecting anything in return. Girls obviously have that perk of saying, hey, like let's go out. Of course they're gonna say yes. They're not gonna be obliged to say no. So like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I have like you go on 3 dates in a month. How much money is that?
You're almost at a G.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
yeah, you get drinks, you get dinner. You know, maybe you do an activity or some
and
shit.
if you meet again, it's like, especially until like you officially go into like dating them and it's just them. If you're like in the scene, kind of like talking to people and kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't, like it's expensive.
Do you
basically.
find yourself dating at all right now or no?
Right now?
Like once a month, maybe less.
Not right now. It's kind of been slow. I've kind of just been like taking it easy.
Racking up
Yeah,
bread.
yeah. I've been trying to
Just
get my
gotta save for the dates.
Yeah, no,
this
that-
economy,
no.
this economy, you gotta save for
Definitely, like,
dates.
at the end of the day, like if you're trying to like get yourself set like financially long term, trying to like buy a house one day,
Yeah.
like in this market, like obviously it's not easy, but like it's every guy's goal to like at least have a place to like call their own.
Yeah.
At least for like how it is for our family.
Yeah.
One day is always nice to say like, hey, like this is mine, like no one could take it from me. So just like trying to save, kind of just like figure it out. Like I'm 2 years out of college, going on to my third year now, so it's like still kind of getting the grounding, but at the same time it's like trying to push the pace to like figure out what's next.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, dating is definitely an expensive hobby till you're officially dating, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So the financial aspect is really important.
Yeah, of course. Well, like at the end of the day, like you don't want to go out and say like, oh, I want to take you out, and then kind of like not be like, it's like back in the day when you didn't have credit cards. It's like, oh, let's go out, and your card like you don't have enough cash, or like your card gets declined, like a check gets bounced. Like you know how embarrassing that would be.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying you're not dating because like
No, I'm not saying I'm not dating because of that, but I'm saying like
Definitely-
that I wouldn't want to
definitely,
be in a
yeah.
situation where that like I'm uncomfortable with like my money situation.
Yeah, he's not spreading himself thin.
Yeah,
to
like
date,
I'm
is what
not
he's
gonna
saying.
sit here and be like, oh, like I'm gonna take you out, and like the next week I'm sitting there like counting pennies, trying to stretch it.
Yeah, make ends meet.
Yeah.
I get that. All right, and like other than like the financial aspect, what else do you think is like the hardest part about dating? I mean, do you think like
do you find people your age mature enough?
Oh, that's a
25.
yeah, 25.
fuck no?
Yeah, I
In
felt,
this day and age.
yeah,
Tell me more.
yeah, right. It's a good
I
question.
mean,
you
there's
feel
some,
so
there's
strongly
some,
about
there's
that?
some. No.
I feel like it's
There's
yeah.
some people like that are younger. I've talked to people that are younger. I've had younger friends that are like pretty mature for their age, but I also think it's like a product of where you come from and what you're around. But I mean, like for the majority with this day and age, I mean, social media and seeing so many people make money off of shaking their ass and posting pictures or being funny. I mean, no one really wants to work anymore, so no one's really mature anymore unless they have
That
a real job,
Yeah,
or they have adversity growing up. You know what I mean? Like there was no way that you were gonna come here and not get a job and not work your ass off. You had no choice, from where you came from.
People tell me all the time, like, how do you work so much? And I'm just like, what do you mean?
You get it all the time.
Like,
I work in the next 21 days in a row.
I
and
just
people are
don't
like, why?
understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, how do you work so much? Like, you just work.
Well,
Like, they're like, how? I'm like, you just work.
Well, you have to figure like this: like if your back's up against the wall, and you don't like, you have to make ends meet. Like you have a like rent's due at the end of the month every month,
Yeah.
and let's say you're trying to stretch a penny, like something came out, you got a big car, like you had to fix your car, buy a new car, you have nothing in the bank. Yeah. You're telling me you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and work 4 or 5 days a week, and
Dude, there's people that are like that. There's
yeah,
people
no,
that are
people
like,
literally don't work. and
people
complain
going
about
to,
it.
I'll take a loan out, but at the end of the day, like you have to think like if you're gonna make it in this world, like you really have to be able to just say, hey, like I'm gonna get my hands dirty for the next couple years.
Yeah.
Gets to be able to be situated later on.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. Is like, I mean, I did it young, and that's why. Like, I bought the house at 22,
Yeah.
and I've been doing it ever since. And I'm doing it now because I don't have to fucking work the weekends, but I do it because it puts me ahead. Like,
Yeah.
the whole point is what I think is you should work your ass off while you're young, like whatever you're doing, make as much money as you can. So when it gets to later, like you can enjoy it. Or when you take a vacation, you have to be like, damn, I'm spending all this money. Or maybe you do take a day off. You don't have to be like, damn, this is gonna hurt. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point. Is you work your ass off while you're young. You do what you can. I think we got away from that, and a lot of people are so much more focused on, the whole mental health aspect and like wanting to enjoy their time and feeling like they're not getting enough out of life, but they're not earning it.
Yeah.
They want stuff out of life that they haven't earned. They haven't done anything for.
So in that aspect, do you think it's worth sacrificing a couple of years in your 20s to enjoy in your 30s and 40s?
Absolutely.
All day.
Absolutely.
I think you can sign away your entire.
It's a
20s,
no
so that's
fucking
fine.
brainer.
So you think you can drop your entire 20s and get rid of that part of your life?
I don't think you should
I'm,
drop
almost
it.
no,
done. I'm at 27, and I can promise
but-
you I haven't enjoyed my 20s.
But that's like that's a pivotal question because I feel like my generation now kind of thinks that
they
it's
want to
like,
enjoy it now.
yeah, they want to enjoy
Yeah.
it now and like deal about like the consequences
I'm young.
later and like go on
There's
trips
no
and
time like
vacations.
now.
And
Yeah, this
it's
is it.
It's always nice. It's crazy to see, at least like coming out of school, like you see your friends like going on these nice vacations. Granted, like I don't know if they're paying for it or not, like the situation, but like
You're like, damn.
yeah, you see them. It's like damn, like I would love to go on vacation. I haven't gone on vacation. It's like I would love to, but like at the end of the day, it's not. It's not cheap to just like.
Who wouldn't love to? You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
it sounds nice at the end of the day.
That's the
and
thing.
in
It's
the
why
grand
I
scheme
work
of
so
things.
much. You guys see the guys' trips that we take. I've taken multiple trips, dude.
Yeah.
This is the whole fucking point.
But it's also it's also planned in advance. It's not like I know people that'll literally just be like, oh yeah, I'm going on vacation. Like I booked a ticket and I'm gone
Yeah, there's people
with no thought of it. They're like, I'll figure out the money situation later.
Yeah, well, we're adults. We don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupidity.
Yeah.
I'd say, Chaz, you're awful quiet over there. Let's pivot over to you, bud.
Let's pivot back to
Yeah.
powerlifting. How
Yeah.
about that?
What? Why? I feel like we covered a good amount.
I know. Yeah, we covered
What
a
do you
good
still want
amount.
to talk about when it comes to
Yeah,
powerlifting?
talk
If you
to
want
me.
to talk about it.
Well, I got some questions from Kyle Massey himself,
From Kyle?
the king.
Kyle.
Oh, yeah, because Kyle's actually taken up a little bit of a
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kyle
right
Massey,
now.
our recent guest,
I haven't met him.
a couple episodes ago.
Great
if you
kid,
haven't
great
watched
kid,
it,
yeah.
he has now switched to powerlifting. And
Yo,
he-
his content, I'm not going to lie, has really been like,
It's fire.
yeah.
yeah, I like it.
His content's
fire.
definitely been coming up, and it's actually nice to see that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like at nighttime when you're all
Said
depressed
sometime.
and you repost it at like 1 a.m. I saw
When
that.
you're
Don't act like you didn't do that.
What are you doing up so late?
First of all, stop keeping fucking tabs on me, all right? Back up off
I
me,
was like,
dog.
interesting. This is what Gio posted.
I'm fucking busy. I'm working. Whatever you think I'm not doing, I'm working, all right?
All right, question number 1: how to get stronger at bench?
How to get stronger at bench.
Lift.
So yeah, bench is one of those tricky lifts. I feel like a lot of people take it for granted. It's like, oh, like you see all these gym bros who bench like what 225, 315. It's like, how do they do it? It's just like frequency. Like the bench is one of those things where it's like, if you don't do it like 3-4 times a week, like you'll lose the ability, like the strength quicker.
Skill too.
Yeah, like it's a technical lift. Like people don't think that. Obviously, you see like the gym bros who are just throwing it up and like shaking their ass as they like try and press it up. But like if you're trying to do it like proper, like there's definitely a lot that goes into it, and you're using more of your back than you think, and people don't realize
How
that.
do you feel about those people that like fucking lift their sternum
Oh,
to the sky?
the
arch,
super
crazy
arch, yeah. It's
Do you count that?
I
mean, technically, it does
technically
count, right?
yeah, technically it counts. I think it's more impressive that they're able to be flexible.
Yeah, but you gotta
like,
give up like your dignity for it, right?
yeah, like I wish I was that flexible.
It's like pulling sumo.
All right, we're gonna have to test this out. We're gonna take him to the gym and see if he can pull anything because
Not
I'm
at
curious now.
No way.
No, I don't
Yeah.
deadlift.
So this is going off of bench, coming from 2 bench injuries ourselves.
Yeah.
How often do you see at meets the people having like pec injuries? Because at the end of the day, personally, I
that's
find
actually-
benching
It's scary.
pretty useless unless you're a powerlifter.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's the only time it makes sense to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Even as
Well, same with deadlift. I don't think it's a beneficial lift.
Yeah, I agree with
Like
both.
it definitely strengthens. Like my back is like dense.
I have a different opinion on that, but I
Yeah, yeah.
get where you're coming from.
Yeah. The risk to reward if you're doing heavy lifting, heavy
Yeah.
deadlifts is like, at least in the generation that we have with lifting, like people are just like pulling the bar, and there's way more to just like
Yeah,
pulling.
the technicalities.
Yeah, yeah. People think like, oh, I can just spread my legs and just pull. Like
But
that's.
then would you
that's
say
not
it's
how
a
it
risk to
works.
reward based off the movement, or is the risk to reward based off of somebody's skill level?
Skill level?
So then I wouldn't blame the movement.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, because
Personally.
it's a high skill level movement, and people don't understand
Yeah.
what goes into it because like I've gotten injured pulling, and it's not enjoyable when you mess up your lower
See,
back.
knock on wood,
Yeah.
I've never gotten injured pulling.
Yeah.
Right? But I've also just look at the number of people that do pull on a daily basis, and the people that really do get hurt, it's really not that crazy.
It depends on what you're saying it's beneficial for. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes,
I don't think
that
it's
conversation's
yeah,
different.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Like I think it's one of the best movements. You know,
Yeah, it hits
but like I don't
a lot
think
of
it's
muscle groups.
I don't think it's a bodybuilding movement. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
hypertrophy movement.
no, I
It's-
just think from an athletic standpoint, I
Yeah.
really like it.
Okay.
But do you see a lot of pec injuries? Like at
Pec
meets?
injuries?
I saw
Yeah,
a guy
yeah,
tear
I-
it at that last meet I went to. And he had a partial tear, and I had a pretty significant tear.
At a meet, yeah. We're 1 week out, guys. Let's
Sorry,
Slow
I'm
down.
sorry. Listen, we want to talk about body.
Yeah, no.
powerlifting, So we're here.
Of course, yeah. I personally haven't seen anything on bench. I've seen people get like jacked up on squat.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen people get crumpled.
Oof.
It's definitely scary, especially like once you get to like 500-pound plus. Like if the spotters are off by a little
yeah.
bit, like you figure like one side pushes too fast,
Yeah.
you can topple somebody quick.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Or like I've seen people who throw the bar on the
Back
like,
on the spotter.
or they'll like duck out, like just like completely
go.
just go limp and just like get basically almost
Crushed.
crushed. Yeah, and like the spotters like are getting
Crushed
600
also,
pounds.
yeah.
Yeah, getting dropped on them, and it's like if there wasn't 5 guys, like the guy in the back would have been toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like such a crazy thing to see, and like aside from that, I think squat is definitely the scariest. I've seen people with bench. I haven't seen any like injuries because like obviously when you're competing for a meet, you're not really focusing on it.
No, your head's in a
I'm
different
sitting in there
place.
like, you know, fighting demons and
Yeah.
stuff, thinking about all this dark and decrepit thing.
Go in the war.
Yeah, right. Who's gonna carry the boats? That David Goggins is in my ear all there while I'm in there. But yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, right.
You got any more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is
Question
Kyle
number
got for me?
2.
Come back to that conversation.
Optimal rest period.
Optimal. It depends on what you're like, what the lift is,
Okay.
how the volume. Like, if you're going in and you're doing like a regular day and it's like you're doing RP6, which is like, you know, mediocre weight, you should be able to you should be fine.
Wait, what's RP?
It's like rep range,
rep
like how many?
range, yeah.
Isn't it rep percentage?
It's like how many reps you would do. So like if
Okay.
it's RP6, you would have 4 reps in the tank, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
So it's like 60%.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So it
same
depends
thing.
on the day, I guess.
Same concept as RIR.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the same. Yeah, same concept, just different wording for it.
And
Yeah.
so individual dependent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like somebody, like his cardiovascular is probably 10 times better than mine.
Yeah.
So you'll probably recover significantly quicker than I would.
Yeah. It definitely. Yeah, it depends for that as well. But I think recovery per set or recovery per session, it's different.
Yeah, right.
Because like if you're gonna do per set, like, because you have to think like if you're doing like heavy squats, like 45, like I do some days, and it's definitely a little bit like a minute or two longer just to like get
I feel like
situated.
it depends on the movement too. I
Squats
feel
are
like
heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like squatting and like deadlifting, you're gonna need a little more than benching.
Yeah, bench you can definitely take a little less time because it's
Yeah.
not as strenuous. But like when you're pulling and squatting, like
Fuck yeah.
you definitely want to take a little bit of time. But if you take too much time and you go in cold, like there's nothing worse than going from like yesterday I took a top set. It was like 584 or something, and then I went down and my back downs, I felt like it was 10 times heavier than my top set just because I took so long.
Yeah.
Like I went to the bathroom, caught my breath, got a drink. Yeah, sitting there fighting, and then yeah, no, that's the thing. Like if you're not like taking care of yourself and like adjusting properly, you can definitely like. I feel like a lot of injuries in powerlifting come from doing like the back downs. It's not the actual top.
Yeah. I hear that from people actually.
Yeah. Well, you have to think like you work yourself up so much for that, like that one single or whatever the set is.
And are
then-
you doing singles like almost every?
No.
Okay.
So you'll do like I did like a block of like triples, doubles. I've done like
Yeah.
4s. It all depends on where you are in the block.
And then back off, is that when you do hit the single? Are you usually doing a back off?
Yeah, you do back off. So like I did like a 3x5 yesterday, but like it's just like the weight feels so much heavier because like you put so much energy into that top set.
Yeah.
Or like so much thought, like you like wind your like it's basically like adrenaline rush. Like your adrenaline spikes,
Yeah.
and then trying to like get that high back, you're basically like just like
Some people
depleted.
crash.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
it's just like caffeine. Like
Yeah.
you get that spike, and then once it crashes, if you can't recover, like it's tough, especially in a meet. Like you go like last year, I had a meet, I squatted, almost got crumpled by 600 pounds, and then I went to bench, and it was just like in shambles. Everything went downhill after that because I just couldn't get back up.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Like that one lift just like drained me so much, and then it was just kind of just running from behind trying to play catch up.
That in itself is kind of impressive. It's like when you guys have to hold the peak.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like trying to hold that same level of
Yeah,
like
right.
state of mind, but even physically, like to be
Well,
able
yeah,
to
it's like-
continuously compete.
Especially you guys are basically like a dead body walking around. Like no
Yeah,
offense,
right.
like at the end of your guys' prep, like what does it feel like?
Suicide.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't seem like you guys are alive.
Yeah.
'Cause,
No.
like
it's-
watching him walk around, you could tell it's like lifeless. I'm like, damn.
Well,
Yeah,
how long
it's
is a meet on average? Because like their days are absolutely awful because it's just like an all day.
Yeah, it's like
thing.
all
Your
day.
guys the
It
same
depends on
thing,
how
right?
many.
Well, it
Nah.
depends on the shows too. Yeah.
how big
Yeah,
it is.
so
So when I went to the Arnold, it wasn't that bad.
No.
No, the powerlifting meet at the Arnold wasn't like crazy long.
Oh wow.
No, they move pretty
They're
quick.
also pretty a lot more efficient.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, it
think,
does.
than
like
the
super
other-
efficient.
It
a lot
depends on how
quicker.
quick the spotters and loaders are. But yeah, average meet, if you're going from like the start of the meet or like when weigh-ins start, because weigh-ins
Start
start
of
2
the meet,
hours.
I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah, why the fuck would I care about the weight?
yeah, it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on how many people
it's
are in
not
the
bad
flight.
at all.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
not
mean, I've been to
powerlifting
powerlifting meets
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah, no, it depends on how many people there are. Like my last meet was like 2.5, maybe 3 hours.
Are you
Yeah.
saying just for you or the whole thing?
The whole meet. Yeah,
See, that's impressive. That's
yeah,
quick.
because it all depends on the size. Like the meet I'm doing on Saturday, like it's a big meet. It's a 2-day event, so
Where's that one?
Power Build Warrington.
The new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to that one.
I know.
So it'll be
yeah.
my first time going. I haven't gone.
Two of my buddies were doing it.
I probably should have went before, but it'll be a surprise.
It's a new location, right?
yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
It'll be solid. What time is it? afternoon?
3:30. Yeah. So I weigh in at 1:30.
Saturday?
Showtime. Yep.
It's fucking
May
awesome,
4th.
dude.
Saturday, May 4th?
May 4th, 3:30
I'm going. So if you
start time. You'll see me in my little singlet shaking it.
shaking it.
Big strong man.
Yeah.
Big strong man.
So being a big strong man, does it make it easier for you to carry the big bitches?
It's not my cup of tea, but
Oh, what is your cup of tea?
Yeah, well, like you said, you never described
cup of
it.
You
tea.
gave us the
You said honesty and likes to breathe. Those-
No. Preferences. I would love to find a spicy Latina, but I don't know.
Calling y'all spicy Latinas
Yeah.
watching this podcast.
It's definitely
None of
a
those
lot.
watching the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think we got a large
Yeah, I would
Latina
say, like,
following.
all
Just-
6 people.
Yeah, all 6 guys watching this.
All the
Call us
homies.
gay.
I'm Latina.
But yeah, a
That's
Latina
it?
would be nice.
Like sticking to the culture.
I would love to, just because
Your parents would be proud.
yeah, of course.
My mom's
Well-
been telling me since I was like
Yeah.
fucking 14 to date a Latina.
Get a Guyanese.
Or like
Yeah.
I don't have too much.
I would never date a Caribbean. They're
A
crazy.
Caribbean? That's
Caribbean chick. No, I would, but like
you
my
definitely
I
would.
would.
Yeah, you
they're
definitely
crazy.
would.
I mean, they're just crazy.
only an hour away. If I get done early enough on Saturday,
Respect.
I think the problem is like
The
for
Red
me,
Ranger
like,
will be there.
when you grow up with like seeing those women and how crazy they are, it makes you think they're all that crazy.
yeah,
Like,
right.
My
like,
mom's
I never felt that way towards like.
It's a
They
culture
got
thing.
good donuts over there too. Sorry, I just thought I'd mention that.
Jesus.
It's trying to convince me for Saturday. No, I always felt that way towards my own. I tried.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You tried dating Pakistani?
No, I went on one date. I don't even call it dating.
What happened?
I was catfished.
Oh,
Was it a
man.
dude?
No,
Is it a dude?
it was
Did
that
she
extreme.
did she have a mustache?
No,
Oh.
She
just
just
her nose.
I didn't want to say that.
Her
but-
nose?
What was wrong with her nose?
She posed it in her pictures, which is fine. Listen, your nose can be fine. I got a nose job, except it broke, so it doesn't really matter. But whatever. What I'm trying to say is that
You got
I
lied
felt,
to.
I felt I felt like it was dishonest off the rip.
Yeah.
Because I saw all these pictures and
How
I'm
can
like,
I trust you if the
Well, that's
pictures
what I
don't
said.
tell
I was
me
like,
what?
come on.
The girl took pictures
Wait.
of herself that looked good, and he's like, "You're dishonest."
Wait.
I want a mugshot so I can see exactly what you
Well,
look like.
Listen, even on top of that, the date was absolutely like,
Horrible.
she was like, let's go get sushi. And I was like, cool. And then when we get there, I was like, so what kind of sushi do you like? And she's like, I don't really know. And I'm like, you
so you're
picked this
fraud,
spot.
yeah.
Like, what?
Wow.
Like,
That's the problem.
so
You gotta
it
pick
wasn't, I think after that, and like you said, like seeing it growing up, you're just kind of like, I probably don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Latina, white chick would be cool. Bump my credit score up.
That's not guaranteed. I know a lot of,
Yeah. Nowadays, definitely. But
I think I've only dated white chicks my whole life.
yeah,
I'm a little guilty for that too.
Snow bunny
nothing
chaser,
wrong with
man.
it.
Can you guys stop?
Why?
Taking
Snow,
all of them.
Snow bunny chaser, man.
Taking what?
Bruh,
All the white
I love
women.
baked goods. That's why I got you.
Yeah. I bake goods for him.
That's just nobody right there.
Oh, I got banana bread for you.
Oh, let's go.
Uh,
You haven't said anything. though.
goes, oh wait.
what about the banana bread?
No.
Shut the hell up. Can we get to
These
Kyle?
fucking jokes write themselves, guys.
Can we get to Kyle Massey's last
Oh, we
question?
keep going
Yeah, what's
back.
the last
Bro, this
question?
whole
This is the last question.
I'm invested on this relationship conversation.
Or keeping people interested.
I'm learning a lot about myself.
They
People-
think this is
I'm
he
finding
was-
things I didn't know about myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what he wants in a woman, not like what the fucking RPM max is or whatever the fuck
All right,
that is.
dude. Okay, so honesty, Latina or white.
Why do you say it like you don't want to talk about it?
I do. This is
No.
point is taking forever.
Well,
This is
no,
like
because
40
we keep
minutes
on
of.
because everyone keeps jumping in and
Yeah,
talking.
you keep
about it.
talking about fucking questions. I want to know what kind of coochie this guy likes, and you won't let me find out. Let him talk.
Okay.
Yeah, clip. But nah, I would say yeah. So somebody obviously
Taller, shorter, chunkier, not
yeah.
chunky.
Yeah.
Nah, my height is cool.
I think they say
like
plus
my height
size,
and below.
sorry.
So like
He likes them small though.
yeah.
How do you feel, like children?
How do you know that? Nah, cut. He works with children, so he knows all about that.
Yo, chill out.
He likes them small.
No, yeah. So as long as they're like my height or shorter, because like
But what if she wears heels?
I know. So if she's like my height, she can
How
rock
tall are
heels.
you?
I'll put the boots on.
Yeah.
5'10".
5'10".
Are you
Yeah,
actually
so-
5'10"?
I actually.
All right,
am.
just making sure.
But
5'8" and under. So if she wears heels,
yeah. Basically,
Okay.
yeah. So I can rock with that 5'8" under.
That's
blonde, brunette. We're really just making it right here. so that way.
Yeah,
brunette, brown hair for sure.
Okay.
Winner.
Well, why
I
do you
like
say-
dark.
why do
I
you-
like dark features. Brown or dark, like black hair for sure.
Okay.
Preferably, a little bit of the bunda. If for the people who know what that is.
He likes an ass.
I heard that word recently, and I was like, "What is that?"
funny.
Yeah. Chaz is sitting there,
Sounds like
he's
an animal.
Bunda.
Bunda, bye.
Yeah. aside from that, just finding the right.
Would you like a girl who's into like the similar lifestyle as you?
Yeah,
like
right.
maybe
You
like
want a
maybe like
powerlifting girl, fitness girl, or no?
you just want someone who takes care of themselves. Like,
Yeah,
what's your
so at the end of the day,
ideal?
it doesn't matter if they're like in like power, like competitive sports or any of that. As long as they like take care of themselves and like aren't just gonna like
a slob.
yeah, they're not. It's because I feel like a lot of relationships like people get together and they just like get fat and happy, which is fine. But like at the end of the day,
Happens all the time.
yeah, no, which is I can see why. Like you get
You're going on dates.
you
You're
get
having
comfortable.
fun.
It's like, hey, like let's go grab like ice cream or something.
One
which is
girl
fine.
who's like, we're eating chicken tonight.
I also
bitch."
think they fatten you up so that way.
yeah, no, they want to take you off the market, which
Do
is
you
fine.
think that's like an actual thing?
It
do you think
is.
people?
Bro,
do you
there's
think? Do you
there's so
think?
many
Dude, my
TikTok
bu-
trends
it
of like
happened-
guys
happened
that
to
are
my
just
friend.
yoked when they
Yeah,
meet the girl,
and then they meet
and
this
then they're
chick.
like, "Look at what I did to him," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Bro, you've ruined him."
Dude, my buddy put on
ruined
like
him.
He used to
30
be a man.
pounds, fam.
Yeah, I mean,
I've gotten. I'm a
Look,
victim of
I'm
that,
guilty.
bro. When I get into it, you give a guy good food, good sex, and that's it. All his dreams and hopes are gone because he's just like, "This is all I need."
Do you prefer a woman that can cook? Obviously,
I have
you haven't been with a
you've
girl
never
that
been
can
with a
cook?
woman that
Uh-oh.
can cook. I have.
that can like cook.
Cook like someone that
Because
would
like
someone that's willing
anybody
to cook.
can like chef up like a simple chicken or a simple like I'll make tacos or this or that. Like cook.
That's
cook,
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
the that's
Like,
the
my
white
mom
girl
has set
thing.
the standard so high.
Well,
for
yeah,
cooking.
that's true. When you
Like,
grow up in like a
That's
a
the
foreign
white that's the
household.
white girl thing, bro. You know when they say let's have a taco night, that's because that bitch can just make ground beef
Yeah.
and put single ingredients together.
Well, it's not
seasoning in
hard.
it.
Like I used to do a lot. Like in grad school, like
Yeah.
when I would like have dates or whatever, I did all the cooking.
Oh,
That was
so
like
you
one
were-
of my
so,
like.
So you're Chef Boyardee.
I wouldn't say
you
like
would
anything
wine
like
and
that,
dine him
but
at
I
the
like
crib
cooking.
for
So
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend. She's an older woman. She's a Caribbean woman.
your friend?
And
Yeah.
no, she's
Or
literally
acquaintance?
she's literally my friend. She's like my second mom.
Oh, is this the woman from the cigar night?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And she was talking about it. She
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember.
it just in like the foreign cultures and things like such. Like the women are also taught to cook, but like the men are also taught to cook, even though they may not have to cook because the women do. But men know how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's the same thing with me. I know how to cook. I'm sure you know how to
Bro,
cook.
my dad cooks like once every 4 months. It's unreal.
But it's
just
good.
One day decides
Yeah.
to chef it up because my mom was just like
Dude,
tired or sick.
my
or
dad was
something, just
that was the
unreal
same
food.
fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm sure you can cook too, right?
I could throw it on a little bit. I just don't take the time to do it.
Well, yeah, I get that.
It's just like
No, but you're right.
convenience.
Well, because a lot of men end up on their own in our culture when they first start
Yes.
out. Like, when my dad first moved here when he was like 18 or 19, like he literally
Thugging
was
it
living
out,
on his
yeah.
own. He was like, dude, like I had to learn how to cook, and he worked in restaurants when he first started. So like
it's a
he
good
had
place
to
to
learn.
start.
Yeah,
dude. My mom cooked for the most part, but when my dad cooked here and there, dude, it was fucking banging.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he does more often. He's
Like this
"Ah."
dude must watch Food Network when I'm not around. Like it was nuts.
No, okay, that's fair. So a woman that cooks or not cooked, okay.
Yeah.
So do you like traditional, like old school, like conservative gender roles? Is what you're saying?
Like if you were able to be in a position where you can make the money and have your wife make the house a home, would that be something you'd want? Or would you want something now that's maybe a little more progressive in today's age where, you know, it's just split down the middle, 50-50. You guys go out, you're splitting the check, or she's picking up this one, you're picking up the other, or would you just want to be like, I'm paying for it because I'm the man, this is what I'm supposed to do?
I would say more of like the guy taking over and kind of like taking ownership of everything, but like the occasional like whatever.
The offer.
Yeah,
Like the
she's
offer,
like,
like,
hey,
hey-
like I'll buy it. Like, cool, like whatever. If you're buying like a bagel or something, like cool. You want to spend $7 on a bagel? That's fine. Like at the end of the day, like you're still like I'm still paying for everything. Like you're
I
gonna.
think a lot of girls don't understand like how much that offer means.
Oh,
Like, when
that gesture.
The
of,
gesture, like
yeah.
you feel like. I'd be like clicking my feet together. Like I'm like, oh no way! Like,
Dude, that offer, oh my god, man.
it
It's
goes
amazing.
such a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Even
just
though
like,
you
do you want me
know,
to
it's not
just
even
like, did you want me to get this?
Yeah,
Or
and it has nothing to do with the fact that you're actually going to pay for it. I could care less. Like whatever. Like, but if you offer,
so this brings me to another point. Sorry to steer the conversation.
Nah,
So
go
when
for
you
it.
when you go on a date, you go out to dinner.
First time?
Yeah, first time. You're just meeting the chick. You go out to a
always
date.
pay.
Yeah, no, you always pay. But does it matter what she orders?
no.
I've never looked at that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Mostly because I've ordered a bunch of stupid stuff in the past myself.
Yeah,
so I'm just like, I
I'm
can't
just,
call
I'm
somebody
just
else
curious
accountable.
because like, have you guys ever been in a
Also,
situation where
also you got to realize, man, when you're going on a first date, you got to pick your places strategically.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know, like you're not
You go
going
too crazy, you can only go
he's
down
playing
from there.
chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Listen, like you're not taking this chick to fucking Butcher and Singer, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
know that.
Yeah, no, dude.
You got to pick strategically. You got to go to that mid level, like that cheesecake, that Cheesecake Factory kind of level, to where it's like better than Applebee's, but like you know,
That middle
you know,
ground.
you got to be in that like 28 to 40 level entree area.
Yeah.
That's where your sweet spot is for a first date, and they'll know.
Did you say 28 to 40?
Yeah.
That's a good range.
Yeah,
That's a perfect range.
yeah,
That's how you know somebody spends a lot of time at restaurants.
Dude,
He's experienced.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
well-versed in this matter.
yeah, I've done it. All right, I've done a lot of it, so I get it. But that's your first date range. Anything less, unless she's a simple girl. I mean, maybe you could just be like, let's go cheesecake or whatever. But that's usually a solid range. Shows that you give a fuck.
Yeah,
lets
would
them
you guys
know.
be willing to take a girl out to like a McDonald's and like test her to see if she's like really willing to like stick
Maybe
it out?
after
Not as a first date,
yeah,
but
not as a
at
first
some
date.
point.
At some
yeah.
point,
Okay.
I'd be
At
like, yeah,
some
let's
point-
grab Mickey D's for dinner tonight. And she's like, ugh.
I was having this conversation the other day with somebody, and they were like, "Yo, I called up." Like, and I saw interviews about this too, where they were like, "If you could call up your girl right now, or whatever girl that you've been seeing, dating, and you were like, I'm in a situation, I need like a couple grand, like,
Yeah.
and like,
Ooh.
what if what if she said no?
Yeah.
Like,
I think, and I'm sure some women are going to disagree, but I think the majority of the women are saying no.
I could believe that.
I think so.
It also depends how deep into it you are.
Yeah.
But I was
Like if you're married with kids and stuff, I think it's different.
But I'm saying like if you're like trying to, I think if like a year into it or something like that, I'd be curious.
A year? No, that's not enough time. There's
Nah, I
not.
feel like a year is a lot of time.
Not a year. It's not for a couple grand. No,
For a
you're nuts.
for a
Yeah,
couple
you're nuts.
grand?
2-3 grand.
No, you're nuts.
I'd say
you're
would
nuts.
You,
You're nuts.
I'd say how long do you have to know one of your friends to ask for a couple grand?
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask you guys for a
Yeah,
grand. I've known you guys
exactly.
forever.
Couple
You're
grand is a
crazy.
big
You're
ask.
I think
crazy.
it's all situational.
Yeah,
No,
like,
no.
all
A year is not enough time.
I think up to
Okay.
2 to 3 grand is not that crazy.
So you're telling me, all right?
I know who to call then. I know who to fucking call.
I'm
He's
in a,
got a
I'm in a
Lexus, all
pinch.
right?
I got kidnapped, or I'm in like life or death situation. I say,
You're kidnapped.
I'm like Gio, like I need like a G quick, like
No one's
life
giving
and
you
death.
away for a G. No one's kidnapping you
Yeah.
for a
Well,
G.
like what, like let's say like I like
Let's say his bail's a G or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Let's say
like,
maybe
yeah,
like
right.
yeah.
something stupid.
something, yeah.
I'd bail you out.
Yeah, I'd
for
bail
a
you
G.
out for a G.
I appreciate that.
Like,
That's love.
Come on, like
Damn.
you can't like you.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, because you're a broke back
Pay my rent
bitch.
first, and then
He's like, bro, the bills this month.
Yeah,
like,
right? He's a Jew. Damn.
At what point in like dating do you like feel comfortable taking over like I guess not ever having to say like let's split it or like not having to split it? Is there a point?
I think for me from the jump, I think I've always just been like, I got it.
I got it.
It's my
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
I think it's a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
It has
I
to
think it's
be.
an
I
upbringing
would feel
thing.
so
would
much.
say,
Like I
yeah.
said, it is. I guess it's toxic masculinity nowadays. But dude, I feel like such a less of a man to have a woman reach in her pocket to pay for my food.
It's just such
Yeah.
an awkward
It's
thing.
weird.
Especially when
Especially if you're at a counter or something, you're at
Yeah.
like not a cheap
dude.
place, like fast
Yeah,
food, and
yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
sitting there with your hands in your pocket. You're like, she's got it.
Yeah, you might as well go around, wrap her and hold her back. Thanks,
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah, that's
I hate it. I let it happen. Like I let it happen, but like,
Yeah, right.
it makes me so uncomfortable.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, this is the thing is like, most of the time, the man is the one that asks the woman out too. So like, well, who am I to ask a woman out and not fucking pay?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I get it. If she's asking me out and hounding me for a date, all right, bitch, reach in that pocket. I get it. But like, most of the time, the man is the one that asks the woman out, and the man is the one who makes the effort to take the woman out. So
Okay, so spinning off that, when the date's finished and the bill comes, how do you handle the bill?
Always take it.
No, no, no.
Even when I'm with the homies, I still grab
so
it.
yeah, so the bill's coming to the table. What's the steps? Is the bill already paid for before it gets to the table, or
I
you-
just get my card
okay.
out and
I
I
don't
tell
know. I feel like the only time it's ever like paid for before is like if it's like a special thing for
Yeah.
someone, like and you don't have to like get it out of
Okay.
the way. But like I feel like on a regular date or even like dating
Yeah,
in
yeah.
general, like
Listen, I don't know about you, but I've never had a chick reach in her wallet as fast as lightning. All right, so
also there's
Yeah,
usually,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but like
It's just that
there's a process. They start like
Oh, yeah,
they
they-
see
they
the
start
bag,
fumbling, yeah,
they
yeah.
play with it, the keys, you see it.
They start digging around.
It's like
the
which
wallet's
card
not
am I
there.
going to use? And I'm just like, forget it.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah, that's why usually I just always, as soon as I know the bill's coming, I just card's already ready. I just drop it in there, and
Yeah, do you look at the bill when you're on a date?
no, I never do.
It's a G move.
Never do, man.
I
not anymore.
Yeah, there's no point. There's
When I
no
was
Never
younger, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
go,
mean,
dude, when I was in high school, bro.
You need to
Can we
know.
take
You're
a
like,
soda
do
off this?
do I have that
Bro,
in my bank
dude,
account?
when I was in high
Yo,
school
we're gonna have
and
to do the
college,
dishes in the back.
yeah, I used to be like,
So I used to work. I used to work.
Especially if you're paying in cash.
Yeah,
Oh
I used to work my ass off to like make like $300-400,
Yeah.
and then like having to go on that one nice date like every 5-6 months. You're like, well, that's all the money that I
Yep.
earned from like mowing lawns or like picking up trees or something like that,
Yep.
and it's just, yeah, no, that sucked.
yeah. Now, thankfully, I'm at the point like I always tried to. That was the thing is like I always wanted to just be able to do that shit carefree.
Oh yeah.
None of us are rich.
Yeah,
No,
none,
at
yeah,
all.
none of us got it like that.
No.
Not yet. Catch me in 10, 15 years. You
Yeah.
come back.
Do this again in 10 years.
So, but yeah, I mean, that was the whole point that like I always wanted to work towards to just be like, all right, I don't give a fuck, like whatever it is, it's done.
How many dates a week are you going out on now?
None. I'm gone Monday through Friday,
Yeah, you
and
work
then
really hard.
Saturday
He's a
and Sunday I'm
hardworking
working.
man.
Your boy's working.
How are you
Yeah,
satisfying your companionship?
dude, I am so tired that I have no way of satisfying it. Like I don't.
Is
have,
it crazy like to think that you're at a point where you're just like I'm working so much that like I don't even.
I could care, dude. I don't even get to go to the gym some days because of how much I'm working.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is. Like it's really
Delayed gratification.
it
It'll all be worth
sucks. It sucks to have like that take over your life and kind of like prohibit you from having those relationships. But it is what it is.
I say that goes back to my point. Do you think that affects the long term, like removing your 20s to kind of
End
hustle,
goal.
hustle, and then kind of try to start fresh at 30 because
think the
no one
whole
was able to deal with
I
you
think the
because
whole
of the
20s
situation. You know what I
I
mean?
get nervous that.
'Cause it is-
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, God.
It is a thing.
I do get nervous that, and I watched an interview recently. This dude, he's like a billionaire, and they're like,
You're gonna die alone.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're doing an interview. They're like, what would you do differently?
Have
And
kids.
he goes, I wouldn't do it. He's like, you don't have no idea what it took to get to this point, and it took like everything. And I'm not saying like we're gonna be billionaires, this or
Yeah.
that, but I do get nervous that sometimes, like, you sit there with reality, like
Think it's not worth it?
You get
yeah,
to like,
spending all that time.
well, I'm like, yeah. By the time I get to my 30s, I'm like,
Now
I
what?
can't commit to anybody because I have no time.
Yeah.
And then it's like when I get to my 30s, one is
Yeah.
is there going to be enough
People,
to pick
yeah.
from? And then not even pick from, but are you going to be able to
You're
meet
gonna be able to find
somebody?
somebody,
Like, are people going to be able to deal with the fact that you have no time, like this and that? So it's like, it does make me nervous that sometimes there's that doubt of like, is it going to be
That
worth
what
it?
if? Yeah.
Like the money will always be there.
You can always
Well,
make
though,
money.
that's
But that's the other
that's
side,
a toxic
like-
mentality, man. I hate that shit. Oh, money comes and goes. Like money's
But it
always there.
does. Like, tell
I'm
me
like-
you're wrong.
Yeah, it does, but
And-
does it
and
come
it-
as quickly as you fucking like?
Yeah,
no.
but that's the thing. Nothing
Like-
comes as quick as you would like it to, but I feel like you.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
This guy.
Yeah, what?
Chaz is over here just in la la land.
Finally.
That's such
Whatever.
a
Where
good
you
joke.
at, bro? Speak.
This dude's-
Whatever.
this
Talk
dude-
to me.
dude's stressed,
Give me a
man.
question.
Stressed,
Just
right?
stressed.
we've just been having
Come
a
on.
conversation.
Last question from Kyle Massey.
Oh my god.
Buddy's just been waiting for his turn. He's like, "Can I speak?"
Can I go? All right.
to me.
The importance of warming up. Can he explain his protocol for each day?
Warming up.
Fuck no.
Jeez.
Text him on the side.
I'll keep it short and sweet. For me, as someone who's getting older and kind of has to like take more time to warm up, I feel
Dude's 25.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
powerlifting for 2
It's
years.
all downhill from
Yeah,
there.
powerlifting for 2 years is definitely
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
it
definitely
takes a
kill it,
knock.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
going from college soccer to this is definitely like my body was already in shambles, but going to like I feel like I just got hit by a train every day. But I would say like warming up, like go on the treadmill 5 minutes, just get the blood flow, roll out, and then just there's like a whole bunch of stretches that I'm not gonna get into, but like I do like 10-15 minutes stretching, and then I like
Pretty extensive, though.
yeah
You do have a good amount.
yeah,
of
I
warm-up,
definitely
right.
take my time because like
It's probably something that we should all do. To be
yeah,
honest.
you don't want to
Yeah,
like
yeah, definitely.
go into a lift. Like that's how I got hurt. Like you're like, oh, I'm in a pinch. I need to like get through this workout quick and just like throw your back out, and then you're like, all right, now I'm shit out of luck for 5-6 weeks, and you're like,
Yeah, that's
this
usually.
wasn't worth it.
Yeah, right.
When you could have spent 10-15 minutes, been late to whatever you were doing, or like just wait a little longer. So that's the short answer, but I'll reach out to Kyle and we can chat.
Yeah,
I'll send him
keep it
a file that I have with
Yeah.
all my warm.
Is it full body or is it like?
Yeah,
depending
it
on
all
what you're
depends.
doing
It
the
depends
day?
on the day, but yeah, most of
right.
it's like lower body because like you use your lower body for bench, which
Right.
people don't realize, deadlifts and squats.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, your legs are important.
Yeah.
Lower back, core, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
What else we got, Chaz?
That's all the questions. For
Oh,
Kyle.
That's all the questions. but
What
come
time
on.
are we at?
We're at
1
hour
hour
and
7.
7 minutes.
Oh wow.
It's just such lost in such a good conversation.
what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
such a great
Yeah.
conversation.
Time
Yeah,
flies when
you
you're
were
having fun
really
with the
glad you were
boys.
part of it, dude.
What?
Bro,
What?
you
Give-
really
come
zoned
on.
out for the last 25
Give me
minutes.
give me
Like,
something.
I'm in it. I'm
Give me
in it.
something.
Give you what?
Give
Give
me a
him
question.
something,
You're the
dude.
host.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I'm your
question.
Give him
guest.
something that isn't
Something that wasn't-
powerlifting.
You know.
you
How
just
does
seem
it?
so
How does it? Here, I'll ask you a question since I'm
Oh,
on your
there you
podcast
go.
now.
The
How does it
roles
feel?
are reversed.
How does it feel that I've been living with you for 2 years now?
Feels cute, dude. Feels
All
like
right, all right. Next question. No, you're not gonna say it's cute. That's so
It
gay.
was.
You're not gonna disrespect me like that. I'm not a cute little puppy.
Fairy tale story,
Oh
dog.
my goodness.
No, it's been great, man. I mean, I've had other roommates, but you're awesome, dude.
You guys feel like you've gotten really close?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely opened up.
I think living with somebody, this is one of my friends that lives with me at school, living with somebody definitely changes your relationship and dynamics.
Oh, yeah.
significantly.
Oh yeah,
You definitely find out a lot about them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you learn their little like mannerisms, like
Yeah,
the
like his
ticks
pink
and
shorts
stuff.
that he wears all the time. So cute.
Yeah.
whatever, dude. Don't tell me about that.
I've had roommates. I hate having roommates.
It's really hard to do it.
I love living
It's a big
by
adjustment.
myself.
It depends. Like when you're in, like I was in college with kids who were just fucking slobs. Like,
Yeah.
love them to death. I was just with them yesterday at my college. Like love those boys to the day I die. But dude, they were so dirty.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's what it is. Is like kind of like if unless you're like with someone like where the lifestyles like coexist pretty nicely. I mean, it's always pretty hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Whenever I
Absolutely.
live with people, like it sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
But
think
like,
I've gotten to a point where I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I just can't. Like I've lived with girls. I've lived with girlfriends and stuff, and that's different.
How'd that
'cause
go?
It's fine. It's
Did you do it again?
yeah. Every girl that I've lived with has been fine. I mean, I have never had like an issue like coexisting with them. I mean, most of them have been pretty traditional in the sense of like they do like the stuff that I hate doing.
So they just live at your house for free.
I actually lived with my one ex-girlfriend when I was
when you were young,
You
younger.
live with her?
she was
Red
She,
maker.
she was wearing the
Funny.
pants.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was, and I
She
told her, I
was
said,
white?
I don't have any fucking money to contribute to this. I'm
didn't?
I'm 19, dude.
Was she wine and dining you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So was she gripping
basi-
your thigh when she was picking you up for the dates?
Yeah, dude. It was pretty embarrassing.
It's pretty
It was
embarrassing.
tough for me as a
He
man.
said,
to
at this
get
moment, I'll
behind.
never let this happen again.
It
It was a pivotal moment.
I was
How
not-
much older was she?
I think she was 24, 25.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
not
Not
horrible.
awful.
Not too bad.
She's like 6 years older than me.
What
6
would you
years?
expect?
19 to 25 for 6.
19. Oh, when you met her, she was 20.
It might have been 5 because I think she was 20. I think it was
Yeah.
20.
You two obviously can answer this question better than us two can, given the fact that you both have your own houses. If you don't make a female contribute to it, what kind of contribution? What contribution do you expect?
Oh my god,
towards
dude!
that house?
No, you guys
This guy just wants to make me sound. All he wants to do is make me sound like this fucking
The villain.
this villain guy who's just like cook, clean, and suck it, bitch. Like, no, that's not me. It's not what I do. All right. It's fucking crazy that this is the type of depiction you're trying to do. Yeah, fuck you, man. I knew that's what you were doing.
It was the way he asked. He was like, so
You know,
what
like,
are
if
your
you're
thoughts
paying
now
all
you
the
have a
bills
house?
and doing everything financially, what is she there for?
Have you been in a situation that if so, what is it like?
No, but realistically, like, 'cause
All right, so-
I don't know what I would do because you guys have
so-
your own places. What
Prepare
like,
him for what's the future to
Thank
come.
you.
You know, so
Thank you.
For
realistically,
me too. I need to buy a house first. I'm broke.
realistically, when I've had, a girl live in my house with me, I've never charged them, and
Because I never charged them.
well, I've never taken money. I've never asked them to contribute because it's my house. One, as a man, I feel like that's my duty, and two,
Man.
like, why would I have someone contributing to my mortgage?
I agree with that. I agree with that part.
Why
just
would I
because-
want my girlfriend to feel like she's a tenant?
Yeah.
Fair.
You
I'm
know?
just saying, ideally, like if there was things that they could do to make your life easier.
So
what would it
ideally,
be?
yeah, I mean that's the house stuff, and unfortunately, I will always stand by this. As fucking toxic as it sounds, I think a woman makes a house a home, and
I don't think
if
it's toxic at all. I think it's kind of cute.
it is
He's
is
just
nowadays.
saying in today's generation.
In today's
that's how
generation,
woke
like
everybody is.
when you say like a woman that cleans, cooks, does the
frowned upon
laundry,
now.
and makes the house so welcoming and warm for when you get home from work, like it's not, like nowadays you can't say that without them being like, oh, he fucking hates women. He thinks that women should be in the kitchen. Like, yeah, like that's what it sounds like to a lot of people. It's ridiculous. But I mean, that's honestly that's it. That's all I would really, I guess, expect. Like if I'm pulling the weight financially, which is fine.
So you want a traditional woman?
I essentially, yeah.
What do you define as? No, I'm kidding.
yeah,
No,
he already went over that.
Ideally, I think obviously for me, like a traditional woman would be ideal, and that's okay. Like I said, I think cooking, cleaning, doing those things. Basically, if she's not paying to live in the house, she can just take care of it. That's it. That's the simplest way to put it. If you're not paying to live here, just take care of it. And I had a situation where one of the girls I was with, she paid for all the groceries. She took care of all the groceries, all the cooking, like she did all that. All the cleaning supplies, everything like that. So she took care of that aspect, and that was it. And that was more than enough. And I had another one that took care of everything else too, like where it was just she cooked, she cleaned, she kept the house nice, and that was fine. Like I had no issue with that. I don't really care.
What's your take? Don't say the same thing.
You can't.
I mean,
We've had two completely different
Yeah,
You'll show
relationships.
two completely different personality, so I
Yeah.
just wouldn't believe you if you said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. No, I'm pretty open to like having the girl pay for rent or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
fine.
it's like whatever's up to them. Like I don't care. Whatever.
Well, if there was a girl that moved in and was like, I don't want to pay, what would you say?
I mean, I'd probably be fine with it. To make it work.
Fucking beta. You just let him walk all over you.
What the fuck?
As soon as he said that, I was like, dude,
I
you're
just
walking
let
into a
them
trap.
do whatever they want. Whatever you want, queen.
She says jump, I say how high.
No, I'm just fucking with you, but all right, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's a different
okay with
take. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Everyone's got their thing.
I was just curious.
Yeah, right.
Because you guys obviously have your house.
Yeah, you guys are homeowners,
It's a lot
so
of
you guys
responsibility.
are ahead of the
Homeowners.
Yeah,
game.
you're significantly ahead of the curve.
Yeah, right.
So what's next for you guys? You guys looking at any other houses? What's new?
I
I know it's a tough housing market. Job
It's
market
terrible.
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got a career change coming up probably soon,
Okay.
so I'll be working in that and probably still trucking along on the weekends because I'm taking a pay cut for it. But you know, hopefully in a year to 2 years, I'm looking at getting another house and renting this one out and
There we
going
go.
from there.
Get the dominoes
Passive
rolling.
income, baby.
Yeah.
Just my thing, doggy. That's what I do. I'm out here chasing.
What about you? You gonna stay in Philly forever?
No, I don't really know.
Sell that bitch, dude. Get the fuck out of there.
That
Oh,
one you
dude.
probably don't want to take the problems of renting because you're not
Yeah,
gonna get good tenants.
You're not
for
gonna
that.
get. Well, you're not gonna get much out of it. I feel like.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, right.
Because no one's bought the two houses on the corner that they started building.
A gay couple moved in.
No. Yeah.
Really?
But that no one's.
No, I'm talking about the two new buildings
does it
that they
matter
started
that-
building that they never finished. That's been up for sale since I've
Oh,
moved
that
here.
one. Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. What
Why
happened.
does it matter that there's a gay couple that moved in? Why couldn't it just been a couple that moved in?
I'm just saying people are open to moving into the neighborhood.
Yeah, but why'd you say gay?
It's a diverse cult.
Because I mean that's pretty diverse.
Is it? I thought you were the only white person on the block.
he's
No,
one,
there's
one of the few.
there's other.
We
Yeah.
never see them.
We just never see them.
Yeah.
I
They're
don't
like
know.
Are
older
they really
people.
there?
Yeah, it's like a movie. It's like they're not.
You just
not
feel their
real.
presence. His white senses tingle when they're
You just
around.
see there's a Tesla on our street and you never see the people who drive it.
Yeah,
It's
right.
hilarious.
Maybe they're Asian.
So fucked
yeah.
Maybe they're Asian.
Bro, they literally I don't know when they come out.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like,
Dude.
I-
Never see them.
During the daytime.
Yeah.
Obviously.
What's your plans? When are you trying to get a
My
house?
plans, I would love to get a house in the next couple of years. Like
Yeah.
trying to get promotion. Once I get that, I think I'll be able to
Move.
make a big boy purchase. And
You want to stay out in PA?
it's a good question. I don't know. It depends on where I'm at in my career. So if I get promoted, yeah.
You stay in Philly. You can move somewhere.
No,
west of
I don't
PA,
think I'll
but-
stay in the city of Philly. I think I'll probably move out to like like right outside of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to stay close to like a major city,
Yeah.
just because like
Come over to Jersey.
How do you feel about Jersey?
I don't know.
over
Taxes are expensive
Dude,
over
these
here.
guys
Yeah,
are gonna
you can make it in
talk-
Jersey. You can make it anywhere.
That's
So it's
true.
like a
Dude,
challenge.
The taxes out here
These
are
dudes are gonna talk your ear off about
absurd.
Jersey.
Yeah. I mean, you're here right now. Kicking
There's,
it.
there's a reason. It's
Yeah, it's my first time. in
number
how
one
long?
state to live and move to.
You guys are just brainwashed.
You come here 4 times a week. Don't
I
even
know.
Give me that nonsense. How can you sit there and argue?
You have no argument
Yeah,
against
for
it
him.
either. Like you got none.
Because I'm terrible at arguing.
He
Yeah,
just
we know
panics
that,
under
but
pressure.
still, whatever.
Panic.
You just don't have points. You have all week to have points, and you come
You guys
back.
just aren't open to anything else. That's all.
That's not true at all. I'd move to other places. I just want to move to Philly because it's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Philly's
I know.
just like off the list.
I agree.
I'd move to Florida. I'd move to Texas.
Well, yeah, that's for
No,
the
Debate in Florida.
No, you
for
wouldn't.
real.
bodybuilding and
You're gonna
stuff.
die.
yeah.
You're gonna stay here. You're gonna die here.
No, I'm probably gonna buy a house in Florida at some point.
Doubt
Florida
it.
would be dope.
Yeah, that's the plan. I want to get a
I
short
can
home
see
in
him doing
Florida.
it. Man.
What part of
Trying to
Florida?
make Florida happen.
Yeah, that's what. That's
I was
what
just
it
telling
is.
that I'm putting my application in for my license in Florida.
What part?
Gun license.
No,
Just kidding.
my actual license. I don't think getting that in Florida would be hard at all. I don't really have a specific part. I would like to be near a concentrated like fitness community, but also like a bigger city. Like it'd be dope to be near Miami or Tampa. I don't have to be in there.
Okay, yeah, Tampa's
like-
beautiful.
Tampa's the way
Tampa's
to
up and
go.
coming.
Yeah.
That place
Miami's
is sick.
trashy as fuck.
Yeah, but there's still
fuck that.
crazy money out in Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there
where
is.
That's
the
what I'm saying. Like I'd be out. I could be on the outskirts of it.
I mean, there's
but-
money everywhere down there, though.
Yeah.
You
well,
can- you
that's-
can be near Fort Lauderdale. You'll make a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So we'll see.
damn, Umar's going to Florida, dude. It's been real.
Yeah, he was just trying to sweet talk me to Jersey, and he's
Trying to
gonna
figure
leave
it
as
out.
soon as
I'm not
I
gonna
get
leave. It's just gonna be. It'll be like a weekend thing, a temporary thing.
Yeah, till you ultimately
beginning.
leave.
This dude sucks, man. This dude
sorry.
sucks.
What else do we got, Chaz? Enlighten me. Any other
think that's
questions,
about-
comments, concerns?
About it. Competition's next week.
Next week. Yep. Showtime.
Gonna do this shit, man.
Got that dog in me.
Got that dog in
It's
you.
at Power Build Warrington. This is their
Power
first.
Build,
This is
yeah.
their first powerlifting meet. So shout out to
shout out Power
CT.
Build, Power Build Warrington, CT. Great job. Haven't seen the gym yet, but I can't wait to see it. I know you did a great job.
It does look sick.
Great guy.
CT, come on the podcast. I want to talk to you.
You want CT to come on the podcast
Come on, dude.
again?
How many times you gonna say
Grow
come?
up.
Jesus.
Whatever,
Say another
man.
word.
I can't. Yeah, you got some other people. some other people that your coach is coaching at the competition, right?
Yeah. Another one of his athletes will be competing in the same weight class as me, so it'll be interesting.
Snap his knee before he gets
first
off.
time meeting him too, so it'll be cool.
Oh man, you don't know anybody else going?
No, I know majority of people competing,
Okay,
so it'll be cool. Like everyone from Power Build KOP will be there, which I was going to originally.
Yeah, right.
So everyone will be there. It'll be cool to see. It's just gonna be a lot. Like it's like one of those things where it's like everyone's there and it's gonna want to like catch up with you, but like I got family, friends, like I have important people to talk to. So like when I'm there, it's just like handling business and trying not to
business,
baby.
Absolutely standing on business.
Remember that.
Best of luck.
Big stepper. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Man, absolutely, Doug. Thank you for coming on.
All right, you were the one that made it
awkward. All he's gonna think about today.
Jeez,
this is gay, man.
All right, well, this has been another episode of the Infinite Crisis podcast. Thank you for watching.
Mosey's talked all fucking show.
Keep on what?
Mosey talked all fucking show.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll get him next week. He's doing a great job.
Editing,
He's
you
trying.
realize you have no parts in this.
Yeah, leave me alone.
This is for the diversity one, you know.
Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And that's it. That's a wrap.
Cool.
Thank you.